What up, my friends? Welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year. We're gonna go ahead and start off the new year right, and I have some balanced, nutritious, high protein dishes to share with you guys. But if you've been here before, you know that I would never sacrifice flavor, so none of these will make you feel like you're left for wanting something. I have you covered for every single meal of the day. We've got some breakfast options, lunch options, dinner options, and even snack options. If you're new here, hi, how are you? How's the family? Thank you so much for clicking on that thumbnail and giving me a chance. On this channel, I do a lot of recipe inspiration to help you with meal planning, and I also share a lot of haul videos, so I go to Costco, Trader Joe's, Sam's Club, places like that. If you end up enjoying the vibe of this video, feel free to check out the rest of the channel, and don't forget to subscribe before you leave. In this video, I'm gonna be sharing some gluten-free bagels. This is the first time that I've ever done that, so we've got some gluten-free bagels. I also take those bagels and I make some regular sized bagels and some mini bagels, and with the mini bagels, I turn them into bagel breakfast bites. Okay? And with those bagel bites, there's a recipe for homemade chicken breakfast sausage. I also take some ground chicken and split it in between two recipes. We're doing a 1-pan skillet chicken chili. And one of our new obsessions is I've been making these spinach ricotta chicken meatballs. I do it with either ground turkey or ground chicken. They come out so good. All 5 of the Costcos absolutely love it. So if you're looking for some ideas for toddlers, our toddlers are as obsessed with these meatballs as we are. And last but not least, I am the type of girl that just loves me a Lunchable. It feels like a self-care moment. So in this video, I'm sharing 4 options to make some high protein Lunchable versions for yourself. So without further ado, let's dive into those recipes. All right, first up, we're gonna make some bagels from scratch, but these are super easy. They don't even require any proofing. I'll link the recipe I followed down below. They're technically keto bagels. We're not following any specific nutrition plan over here, but if you are, these would be even more perfect. I ended up doubling the recipe, which was a gamble because I've never made these before, but they ended up being worth it. I started with 3.5 cups of almond flour, and then I added 2 tablespoons of baking powder. I got those going in my stand mixer and then in a separate mixing bowl that was microwave safe. I combined 3 cups of shredded mozzarella cheese with about 2 cups of cheddar cheese and about a cup of Parmesan cheese. So you need 6 cups of whatever cheese you like. And then I combined that all together with 4 ounces of cream cheese. It got put in the microwave at 30-second intervals 3 times, stirring between each round until the cheese had melted down and was easy enough to combine with the cream cheese. I added that to the almond flour mixture and then dropped in 4 eggs. Once the mixture was smooth, I put it on a floured mat and divided them up evenly. I was going to be making some large bagels and some mini bagels, so I got started with the larger ones first. To make this even easier on myself, I just shaped them right into a donut pan that fits 6. I brushed the bottom of the donut pan with some butter and then brushed the top of the bagels with butter as well. I kept them plain, but you could also add a bagel seasoning on top at this point if you wanted to. Those baked in a preheated 400-degree oven for just shy of 15 minutes. You basically just want them to be golden brown. They came out looking like biscuits basically, so you just want them to look like golden brown biscuits. While those guys were in the tanning bed, I started shaping some mini bagels into a new addition to the family to cook them in. It's a donut maker that I had grabbed at Target, and it's from the brand Dash. It has removable dishwasher safe plates that you can swap out. So there's a donut option, which is the one that I used for the bagels. There's a waffle option and also a muffin option, which I think is really cool. So I just split up the remaining dough into little stick shapes and then curled them around into those mini bagel sections that I had greased with some butter. I brushed a little bit more butter on them, and then on a few of them I added some bagel seasoning, and I let those cook until they were golden brown and the machine told me it was all set. I was able to surprise John with these and have him share some feedback on these unconventional bagels. Let's see what he thought. You guys, our children do live here and they are actively in the living room right now, so you're gonna probably hear them, but I could not wait for John to try this. All right, we have some bagels that I made. They are gluten-free, so go ahead. You try one of the big ones? Yeah, they're cute. The texture is a little...
Is there cheese in this?
Is it good?
I don't know what...
Can I try one of the little ones?
This is so good.
Or maybe I'll try one of these.
It's so different. It's like super like it melts in your mouth.
You know what it reminds me of? It's like a biscuit meets a bagel.
Oh, perfect.
It's like a biscuit bagel.
It's a biscuit bagel. Let's try these little minis.
Because it's like firmer than a biscuit. These are really good. I am shocked right now. It's like 3 cups of cheese, so that makes sense. It tracks.
Listen, if you are following our channel for a while, you know we love cheese.
We love cheese.
This is really good.
Yeah, I'm excited about this. I'm also excited to see how they turn out as like bagel bite pizzas. Remember we talked about that?
Oh, these are going to be
more
fantastic
cheese.
with
Add more cheese. What would you rate those?
These are like an 8.
I agree. I think they're like a solid 8.
Solid 8.
I'm pleasantly surprised because I seriously was like, they're definitely not like, you don't go into it thinking this is like a New York bagel.
Right.
You know what I mean? I want to set expectations appropriately.
It's light. I feel like it's very light.
And it's truly like a biscuit, biscuit texture.
Perfect.
But firmer to make the bagel shape. Love it. Okay.
Perfect.
Sweet. Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Now, I came up with the absolute best idea for those mini bagels. I thought it would be really fun to make some bagel bites. I plan to make them again and do the traditional pizza version, but this time I decided to go with a breakfast edition. So I took a pound of ground chicken and I made myself some breakfast sausage. To the chicken, I added 2 cloves of minced garlic, 2 teaspoons of all-purpose seasoning. I used Kinder's for it, a sprinkle of some black pepper and salt, and then a half teaspoon each of smoked paprika and pumpkin pie spice, but you could use ground cinnamon if you wanted to, and then 2 teaspoons of maple syrup. All of the exact measurements for these recipes will be listed in the description box below, by the way. I combined all of that together and split it into 9 sausage patties, but I really could have gotten 10, and those got baked for about 15 minutes in a 375-degree oven. Once they were done, I split the mini bagels in half, added the sausage patties, put some scrambled eggs that we had made on top, and a sprinkle of mozzarella cheese. I baked those in the 375-degree oven for about 7 minutes. Mostly I was just letting the cheese melt and everything come to temperature together. These were so good and such a fun way to mix up breakfast. I cannot wait to make the mini bagels again and come up with lots of different ways to mix them up with different toppings.
Okay, my friends, we're gonna work on making some nutritious, balanced, if you will, snack packs. I love these little like fake Lunchable containers. There is something that feels like self-care when you have a little snack pack waiting on you. We're gonna do 4 different variations of this. One of these is gonna be a snack that I'm about to eat. But before I get going on that one, I'm gonna mix myself a little dip that we're gonna be making for one of the snack packs. But I'm gonna save it for the kids tomorrow morning with their breakfast. So I got this sheep's yogurt at Costco not that long ago, and I used it for breakfast for the first time this morning, and I'm telling you guys, I have never encountered a yogurt that is this silky. I don't know if you can see like how perfect this yogurt is. It's silky, it's creamy. It doesn't have any additives in it. It does have added organic cane sugar. So there is about 10 grams of sugar in a serving of this. It's a vanilla yogurt, not a plain yogurt. And I looked up other vanilla yogurts and they have starting at around 12 grams of added sugar. I have to tell you guys, I was trying to figure out what this tasted like just plain with nothing added to it. And it reminds me of cannoli filling. It's got almost like a ricotta taste to it in a good way, like a sweet ricotta. So anyway, so I got some of that in there. I'm also gonna add a little bit of honey, not too much, probably like a teaspoon. And I'd say maybe that's like a cup and a half of the yogurt. I'm using up some of my almond butter from the pantry, but if you like peanut butter or a different nut butter, you could use that instead, or you could just go with just the yogurt and honey, or even just the yogurt if you wanted. I'm gonna be pretty generous with that. It's probably about 1/4 cup, I'd say. And then I'm gonna do a splash of some of the Trader Joe's alcohol-free vanilla extract. This is completely optional. The yogurt that I got already has vanilla extract. And then I'm gonna do a little bit of pumpkin pie spice. And then we're gonna mix that up. Okay, so I'm gonna put some of that in one of the little corners here. And the rest of it I'm gonna save for the kids for tomorrow. I'll mix a banana into it and they'll have that for breakfast. Well, I should say with breakfast because they eat plenty of other things. I'm just gonna cut up probably 5 strawberries, I'd say. We'll see how 6 is. Perfect. And then I'm working on cleaning out my pantry, and I have these dark chocolate pistachios in there. I think that'll be a vibe. Kind of like dark chocolate strawberries, you know? And then last but not least, still cleaning out my pantry, I have these dates that I got at Costco a while back, but they are still good until June. I'm gonna put 3 of those in there. All right, that one is done. I'm gonna move that to the back. Next up, I kind of want to make myself like a mini charcuterie board. So I have this salami, and I'm gonna be extra fancy, and I'm gonna make myself a little salami rose for this. So in order to do it, you just take like a small glass. I have this random like spice jar, and you just lay some pieces of salami right down. And then you just kind of overlap them. And it's better if the salami is like super cold. I don't want to do too many slices. The more you do, the more rose-like this will be. But I obviously don't want to overeat salami just for aesthetic purposes. And if it's there, I will eat it. And just kind of pinch it. Perfect. And then I'm going to go ahead and stick it right inside. Oh, that really didn't work, but whatever. It was a nice try, Kate. I got this honey, I'd rather be at the sea. Artisan cheddar cheese with sea salt and honey. I got this at Aldi, and I'm just gonna go like this. And I'm just gonna cut myself a few pieces of it. And then what the cool people do is they alternate. So like the part that the wedge is a little higher, you alternate. Boom, that looks great. We'll save this for snacky later probably. And then I'm gonna do some nuts in there because that's very charcuterie board to me. Just a small amount. And then I have these peaches and nectarines. They're like dried fruit. And also for like an extra sweet snack, I have these mandarins from Trader Joe's. And then I have these adorable thin and crunchy pretzel snacks. These are honey mustard flavored, which I thought would be a vibe with that honey cheese. So there we have it. Another one bites the dust. All right, next up, I have these figs right here. These have been cruising in my pantry as well. I'm gonna do 3 figs in there. I've got some deli turkey meat. 3 slices looks good. Maybe I'll do 4. 4 slices, there we go. And then we'll do 4 slices of cheese. How could I make this cool, you guys? You tell me if there was something cooler I could have done. I'm just gonna like, go like this with the cheese. Boom, looks great, looks like a star. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do some nuts. And then I have some of these gluten-free Good Thins to use up. I'm gonna sneak those right behind the cheese. There we go. We're gonna be using those same Good Thins in the next one. So I'm gonna pop that there. We also have a little bit of spinach, which I know you guys are probably like, Kate, spinach snack, that doesn't sound fun, but I mean, spinach is really not that bad, you guys. So I'm gonna put some spinach down in this plate too. We're gonna have like a little bit of a bigger portion because I had like a snack earlier, but it's also not enough to hold me over entirely, if that makes sense. So what I'm gonna be doing is taking these tuna packets that I needed to work through. I'm checking expiration dates. Yeah, we're good. 2025 and 2026. This is sweet and spicy. This is from the Good and Gather line at Target. And then this is the Thai chili one from Starkist. So I am going to pop one of these packs right into here. Okay. Could it possibly be a snack video if I didn't whip out some cottage cheese? Everybody uses cottage cheese now, and I am here for it. I personally love cottage cheese. I just got this one as the Good and Gather brand at Target. So I'm just gonna scoop, I don't know, 1/3 of a cup into tomorrow's portion. And then today we'll probably do about 1/2 cup. And then the other one for today, I'm going with the Good and Gather one. Sweet and spicy. And then just to give it a little something extra, I'm gonna drizzle a little bit of sweet chili sauce on it. All right, we got 5 of those. So that is everything we made together. So we've got turkey, cheese, crackers, some mixed nuts, and some figs. We've got some Parmesan cheese that is honey flavored, some salami, some dried fruits, and some mixed nuts. We have some honey mustard pretzel bites. We have strawberries, dates, chocolate covered pistachios, and a little Greek yogurt dip. And last but not least, we have the tuna with the sweet chili sauce, some cottage cheese, some gluten-free crackers, and some spinach. So these all will hang out in the fridge for John and I to snack on.
Now that breakfast and snacks are handled, I'm sharing a couple high-protein, delicious, and easy lunch or dinner ideas. First up, I made some ricotta chicken meatballs. I started by chopping up about half a cup of baby spinach. Then in a large mixing bowl, I plopped down a pound of ground chicken, but you could use ground turkey as well, a couple cloves of minced garlic, about a half a cup of ricotta, a fourth a cup of Parmesan, half a cup of breadcrumbs, 1 egg, and a couple teaspoons of Italian seasoning blend. Again, all of the recipes will be listed in the description box below, so if you didn't follow all that, don't worry, you can go there anytime. I used my phalanges to combine this all up really nice, and then used a cookie dough scoop to evenly distribute them into a greased mini muffin pan. That is my absolute favorite way to make meatballs super easy every time. Those went into a preheated 400-degree oven for about 20 minutes. I served these for dinner with some Banza chickpea pasta to keep it light, and added marinara and some shaved Parmesan. This felt like a comfort meal, but we didn't feel super gross or heavy after eating it. It was a complete win, and one we will probably start making weekly. It was that good. Last up, we have a super simple and nutritious 1 skillet chicken chili. I started by cooking a couple cloves of garlic, a diced onion, half a bell pepper that was diced, and some celery and avocado oil. The celery was me just needing to clean out my fridge, so totally not necessary for the recipe. Once that all got cooked and a little softened, I added in a pound of ground chicken. I seasoned the ground chicken with some chili seasoning. I used the Kinder's chili cheese one that we absolutely love. I also added about half a teaspoon of cumin, half a teaspoon of smoked paprika, and then a sprinkle of salt and pepper. Anytime I make a chili, I always make sure to layer the seasonings. So I seasoned the chicken at this point, and then you'll see me add those seasonings yet again after I add all of the other ingredients. Then I just dumped in a can of fire-roasted diced tomatoes, a can of black beans that I had rinsed and drained, a can of corn that I had drained, and a splash of some lime juice. I let that cook on medium heat for about 10 minutes, and then I kicked it down to low, and then I just let it simmer for a little over a half hour. You can keep this light and low carb and serve it just as is, or you could serve it over some Spanish rice or white rice with a dollop of sour cream and some shredded cheese. John absolutely loves chili, and I have a heavier version of this that he's obsessed with. But he really liked this lighter option because it gave the comfort that he's used to with chili, but didn't feel as heavy. I also loved how it was a quicker option for me than the standard chili recipe.
All right, you guys, thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. It's so cool to be back. After having a video every single day in the month of December, I swear to you guys, I just wanted to continue showing up every single day. It was like I didn't know what to do with my hands, taking a few days off from filming or posting or anything like that. It's been a little bit of an adjustment, but I'm really excited. I think that 2025 is gonna be the coolest year ever, and I just appreciate you guys so much. I hope that you had a beautiful holiday season, and I hope that 2025 kicks off in the best way for you, and it just stays the best year ever. I hope I delivered whatever you needed when you clicked on that thumbnail, and I hope you have a magical day. Bye.